So if any of you have played any sort of Call of Duty whatsoever, you've probably ran into like a sweaty quickscoper or something who just like whips out his sniper and one-shots you. And albeit it is a very hard thing to do, and I wouldn't recommend it for like public games and stuff because you'll probably go negative. But in 1v1s, it's considered as an awesome and sweaty thing to do. So if you're wondering how to do it and not quickscope like a noob, I'm going to provide a tutorial on how to improve with your quickscoping. So if you try to quickscope without training, you're probably going to do something like this, without any aiming at all whatsoever, just immediately scoping and then letting go. But that's not the way to quickscope. So to quickscope, the first thing you need to do is to always know where your crosshairs are going to land once you scope in. So let's say I scope in right now. Okay, so let's put a dot on where the reticle is going to land. Basically, once you know where your crosshairs are going to land, try to quickscope the mannequins' heads off in Nuketown as fast as you can. And I would try to get the mannequin Easter egg in Nuketown with a sniper by sniping their heads off, which means sniping all of their heads off in the map within 2 minutes. And once you can do that, you'll be fine at quickscoping. Once you've killed a lot of mannequins, you can finally move on to bots. I recommend trying to snipe recruit bots first, so that you can kind of get a feel for how real players would move, and then you can try and move on to veteran bots first. Now, there are a few tips to consider after you finally learn where your crosshairs are going to go. These are some of the moves you can pull off with the mobility system in Black Ops 3, and you can cover maps very fast, like that. To master the mobility system, all you really need to do is just chain as much jumps and wall runs and slides as possible, and don't use a full jump. Just lightly tap the A button twice to just use a little jump. It's kind of like Titan skating in Destiny, and you can go much faster with this strategy. And with that, we will move on to the second rule of learning how to quickscope. So after you have mastered your quickscoping and you have learned how to use the mobility system, just combine it with jumping around a lot. And like that's because you'll be a lot harder to hit while you're in the air and while they're on the ground. And it is way easier to do airborne quickscoping than it is to do upwards quickscoping, because all you have to do is point it in the general direction. So let's take a look at a clip of me actually quickscoping using all these three strategies I have learned now. Right here, I'm using the mobility system by jumping onto a wall, and now I'm jumping up and then I pull off an airborne quickscope because I know where my crosshairs are. Quickscoping is not something that's like really learnable as much as it is just something you'll develop with time. So if you have the time to put in just sniping off a lot of the mannequins' heads, you'll naturally improve at quickscoping. And I've been quickscoping for like 6 months, and you'll find your own personal strategy, but those are just some of the tips I use to learn how to quickscope. So I hope you guys enjoy.